Life is a series of tests. For some, it is wealth, for others, health. And for some, the test is losing everything they hold dear. But within every test lies a profound lesson, a chance to grow closer to Allah, to strengthen our faith, and to uncover resilience we never knew we had. This is the story of Layla, a single mother whose unwavering trust in Allah guided her through the darkest chapter of her life. Layla lived a humble but content life with her young daughter, Amina. She was no stranger to hard work. Every day, she poured her heart into her tailoring business. While others envied wealth and status, Layla cherished her simple joys, the laughter of her daughter, the barakah in her earnings, and the peace she felt after every prayer. Every morning began with Layla on her prayer mat, hands raised in dua. She would whisper, "Ya Allah, you are the provider. Guide me and protect my family." It was this trust in Allah that gave her the strength to face each day. But life, as it often does, took an unexpected turn. One day, Layla received a call from her biggest client, a client whose orders kept her business afloat. The news was devastating. The client had decided to cancel their latest order, leaving Layla with no income to cover the month's expenses. As if that weren't enough, her landlord appeared at her doorstep that same evening, demanding overdue rent. "I've given you enough time, Layla," he said. "If you can't pay by the end of the week, you'll have to leave." Layla felt the weight of the world pressing down on her shoulders. She thought of her daughter. How would she provide for Amina? Where would they go? For the first time in a long while, fear crept into her heart. Over the next few days, Layla tried everything she could think of. She called friends and relatives, hoping someone might lend her money, but they were struggling with their own problems. She approached other clients, asking for small orders to tide her over, but business was slow for everyone. With every rejection, Layla felt her hope dimming. Yet, in the quiet of her room, after Amina had gone to bed, Layla would kneel on her prayer mat. Tears streaming down her face, she would whisper, "Ya Allah, you are the best of planners. I trust you. Guide me through this storm." One evening, with her mind heavy and her heart weary, Layla decided to take a walk. She hoped the fresh air might clear her thoughts. As she walked past a small corner store, she overheard a conversation between two women. "I'm desperate to find a good tailor for my sister's wedding," one of them said. "Every shop I've gone to is either too expensive or too busy." Layla hesitated. Her inner voice said, "What if she says no? What if my work isn't good enough?" But then she remembered her dua, her plea for Allah to guide her. Summoning her courage, Layla approached the woman. "Excuse me," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "I couldn't help but overhear. I'm a tailor, and I'd be honored to help." The woman looked Layla over, then smiled. "If you can have the dresses ready in 2 weeks, the job is yours," she said. Layla knew this was an opportunity from Allah, but it wouldn't be easy. The order was large, and the deadline was tight. For the next 2 weeks, Layla poured every ounce of her energy into her work. She stayed up late into the night, her fingers aching from hours of sewing. With every stitch, she whispered, "Alhamdulillah," grateful for the chance to provide for her daughter. She often glanced at Amina, who had fallen asleep on the couch nearby, and prayed silently for Allah to bless her child. The day of delivery arrived, and Layla nervously handed over the dresses. The client inspected each piece carefully, then broke into a wide smile. "These are perfect," she said. She paid Layla generously, enough to cover not just her rent but her other bills as well. But the blessings didn't stop there. Word of Layla's talent spread quickly, and soon, her small workshop was bustling with new orders. For the first time in months, Layla felt a sense of stability return to her life. Looking back, Layla realized that the hardship she had faced was not a punishment but a test of her patience, her resilience, and her trust in Allah. She understood now what the Quran meant when it said, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." Layla's story is a reminder for all of us. No matter how dark the storm, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. When we place our trust in Allah, He provides for us in ways we cannot imagine. To everyone watching, remember this: Allah's plan is always greater than ours. Trust in Him, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. And when the storm passes, you will look back and see that every challenge was leading you to something greater.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.